Hi, I'm Oakley, and today I'm going to talk about my instrument, the harp. The earliest harps known about are the ones depicted on wall paintings in ancient Egyptian tombs dating back to 3000 BC, making them one of the first instruments. They are then tracked as traveling out to Mesopotamia and later Eastern Asia. Because it originated in Africa, this is where actually the largest variety of harps are found today. It has become a part of traditions of nearly 150 African peoples. Originally, they were made out of hunter's bows and lacked the pillar part that we see in modern harps today. They used hair and plant fiber to make the strings and turn the knots to tune it. My harp, the lever harp, was then not invented until the beginning of the 19th century by an Irish harp maker named John Egan. The invention of this lever harp revolutionized music as it made the harp much more transportable. Therefore, the harp became another instrument that could easily be added to all songs and therefore found its way into a variety of musical genres. John Egan wanted to create a harp that could easily be transported. Before him, harps seemed to be dying out in the 1800s. Past harps had multiple crossing strings to fit all the notes in and therefore made them very difficult to play, or they had a hook mechanism to change between notes, but this required a free hand while you were playing. Wanting to create a much more realistic version, Egan set out in the early 1800s and ended up creating a romantic version of the Irish harp. While only 27 of the harps that he made are still in existence today, his design created the basis for every harp that came after him. Many people are surprised that I play the harp, as it is a very unusual instrument. At the age of 14, I started to voice an interest I had held for a couple years surrounding starting to play the harp. The dream had been sparked from simply watching one character play the instrument in a TV show. Excited by this possibility, my father set out right away to figure out how we could make this happen. He discovered the Michigan Harp Center in Clawson, Michigan, the only place that rented harps in our area, and we set out to try them out. The first harp that I got from this center was perfect for my small body. It had animals on the sound box and had a total of 32 strings. After holding on to this harp for about 3 years, my teacher and I decided to go for an upgrade so I could have a wider range of strings and therefore more songs to play. I transitioned to renting a sleek black harp with 38 strings and fell in love with the sound. However, not long after, we were given the opportunity to buy a very inexpensive harp that would get rid of the monthly bills that we were currently paying. It was made by a man in Washington that had dedicated his life to making cheap, affordable harps so as to keep the instrument alive, which I just love. Falling in love with not just the sound, but also the wood on my harp, my parents were very nice enough and they bought it for me. Having this specific harp for almost a year now, I have come to care for her greatly. She is delicate and fragile, and therefore I trust very few around her. I love her swift curves and the stain on her wood, and her majestic beauty makes me so excited to play her every time I go to. I'm so grateful to have her in my life and to have the opportunity to learn such a unique, old, and romantic instrument.